You've heard of unconditional love, but have you heard of the secret to unconditional happiness and allowing more into your life? More wealth, more success, and more love. More freedom in your life right now. Welcome to the Happy Bar with Israel Savage.
But I'm the kind of person, I'm trying to break this habit where I compare myself a lot to other people. And
great. So I just want to pause there, and I may interrupt you sometimes.
No, that's okay.
Do you see how he caught himself? He was telling a story. He was telling a narrative. I'm the kind of person that I just don't like. I do this thing that I just don't like, and I do it all the time, right? And he caught himself because he's already starting to realize that a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And he's realizing that you can tell 1,000 different stories and they can all be true. So why not tell the better feeling stories? Why not put your focus there so you'll have more and more better feeling things in your life?
One thought maybe I've had on that mindset is that in a lot of ways it's sort of like an aspiration. Like I see, it's not so much, the most time it's not so much, I really wish, or I really dislike that person's better than me, which is a stupid thing to think, because there's always going to be somebody better. But I try to think, maybe I can tweak, this part of my acting or singing or whatever, and work harder at that. And maybe that'll help with the overall goal. Do you think that's a healthy mentality, or should it be more like what you're saying of focusing on current emotions and current state of being and kind of taking it one step at a time as opposed to seeing all these really great examples, but kind of like trying to do be a jack of all trades at one time and that kind of thing?
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate that question, and I really like what we're about to tease out here. I think it's exactly what we needed to talk about, and that's that no one else can be your guidance system, your emotional guidance system, and that's where we get in trouble. When we start to ask other people, "Is this okay?" or "Is this okay for me?" Because you don't need that. And any advice you get from someone else about your life and how your life feels is not going to work, because your emotional guidance system is pre-programmed for you and only you. And it doesn't work for anyone else. Let me give you, there's this book called The Magic of Tidy or something like that. Has anybody ever heard of that book? Well, it was written by this woman who says you hold up your clothing and other items, and if it brings you joy, you keep it, and if not, you throw it out. Well, my wife either read that book or heard about that book, and she decided to apply that principle, but not to her things, to my things. And so she holds up my things to see if they bring her joy. And if they do, she keeps them, and if not, she throws them out. And it just does not work that way, because some of my favorite things have been thrown out now, right? And so your emotional guidance system is your emotional guidance system, and it will never let you down. And really, I think of it like a GPS in a car. The GPS is programmed to get you from where you are in this moment to where you want to be, right? And what happens if you take a quote unquote wrong turn? You don't go according to the route that had been configured. What happens?
You get rerouted.
Yeah, you get rerouted. Does the GPS ever say, "I'm sorry, you've messed up too much"? You don't get any more directions. Or does the GPS say, "I'm sorry, you haven't worked hard enough"? You need to drive around aimlessly a little longer before I'm going to give you directions. Or does the GPS say, "I'm sorry, but you aren't following the same route as your next door neighbor or as that person you went to acting school with. And so instead of taking you to where you want to go in the fastest way that I can to get you from where you are to where you want to be, why don't I take you on his path? Why don't I take you on his journey?" Now, the part we're missing here and this is important, and I think this is something that we never said before. The part that we're missing is we get that a GPS programs in where you want to be. And so maybe you want to end up in a similar place as I want to end up. But what we miss is that the GPS takes into account where you are. And the guy that you went to acting school with, or your next door neighbor, or your coworker is in a different place than you are, has a different set of beliefs, has a different level of confidence, has a different skill set, has different things that are causing resistance, has different mountains in the way, right? And so your emotional GPS says, I don't care where you are. I don't care that you don't believe you can get there. It doesn't matter. All that is to me is a tree. All that is to me is a mountain range. Despite your resistance, despite your lack of confidence, despite your lack of skill, I can program a route for you that's custom for you that will take you around that mountain. Now, if you try to follow someone else's path, who's in a completely different location, it's just not going to work. In our improvisation class, we say this. When you first look at your scene partner, as the character, you only need to know one thing, and that's, does this other character make me feel better or worse? That's it. And that's where you're starting from. Does this character, and looking at this character, bring me relief or more discomfort? And so don't get too far ahead of yourself. All you need to know, and the way that your emotional guidance system works, is, does the thought that you are thinking bring you relief from where you are now? Does it bring you relief from resistance? Does it bring you relief from doubt, from lack of confidence? Or does it make you more, does it bring more discomfort? And that's how you feel your way through, just like with an improvisation scene. And that's all you need to know. Remember, you're looking for the better feeling thought, one right after another.
If you liked what you just heard, then take inspired action now. That's right, act while you are feeling good. And build on your momentum. Schedule your free discovery call with me at instudios-nyc.com/happybar.